It's a monster. It's from Ricky. And I've got an all yellow case to go with me all yellow Spectrum. On this week's Retro Robbins show, we've had a real tough decision. We're judging on the old Commodore versus Spectrum, and because it took me so long to come to a conclusion, I could only fit one of them in, and I like to do the best of three sometimes. And we're going to have a look at a red raid of games, a whole raid of games, red raid of games, a trilogy, yes, 3 different games. Well, they're all the same, but different, if you know what I mean. As well as we go back to Crash 91, May. That was issue 88 when Crash was £1.85. Who had that sort of money in those days? Not me. Well, I did. Just. I was a poor kid. Give me a break. Okay. Don't know what happened there. My voice went up a few octaves. So join me now on the Retro Robbins show. If you love a bit of 8-bit, you're going to love a bit of this retro fun. It's great, isn't it? I love it. Weekend's coming, weekend's going, and here we go again. Start the titles. Hello, welcome to the Retro Robbins show with me, Wayne Retro, the Robbins himself. So if you love a bit of 8-bit, well, you're at the right place, you're going to love a bit of me. What's on today's show? Well, we've got the usual dose of Commodore versus Spectrum, and for those that are new to the show, that's where we take the same game released for both the Sinclair Spectrum and the Commodore, compare them and see which version is the best, whether the Commodore wins or the Spectrum version is the best. However, I don't compare them to the original arcade, I just compare them with these particular 2 machines. Also, we're going to go back to issue number 88 of Crash, May 91, yes we made 91, and re-review some more games from out of that particular issue to see if they stand the test of time. Are they as good today as we remember? Maybe we'll find a hidden gem, or one that you've forgotten about, or maybe even a game you've never seen before, who knows. As well as we're going to have a look at some new games, a trilogy of games as a matter of fact. Yeah, we're going to go for some Red Raid, we're going to play each one, and we'll give it the Retro Robbins treatment and see if we like these games. So remember, all today's show is run on real hardware, that's right. For Commodore, we're going to be playing an actual Commodore. For Spectrum games, we're playing actual Spectrum, or in this case, the Ngo, which is the clone of the Spectrum next. It's all the same. No emulation or simulation in sight. To do so would be a bit wrong, wouldn't it? So we're going to use the original hardware, or original software, on the original equipment itself. And that's all there is to be said. So, without holding on too long, I want to have a look at the first game that I wish to play. Pause this for a second as we reset the computer and hit the vast files. So the first game's called The Beginning, and we're about to have a look at that now. Okay, it's a 48k game, so we can load it in 48k game. We can have a quick look at the loading screen. And we've got save cache for the moment. Let's just pause that AWA sound. There's your loading screen. You've got this Russian flag there, and what seems to be like a helmet. The irrelevant information is on the screen. Game Boy ZX vehicles. Just while you look at that for a moment, I'll go and select a ready AY tune for you. Oh, you know what? I think we'll have a different tune today. Why not? Why not? Let's have a look at what we got for you. Screen out a picture as I'm doing the work on the toast rack. Better, I can reach it now. Well, as bleeper sound goes, that's not bad, is it? And I always love a game with the colours of the Spectrum in the corner. You can't go wrong. What AY sound would you like to hear? I usually go for my usual ones down here, but today I think we'll go for this one. As this is a bleeper sound, we'll start with the bleeper sound. Let's have a look at the game then. We've got the usual Sinclair, defined keys, no Kingston, strangely enough. Option, Skill level extremely hard. That's what easy stands for. And you can. Well, we define the keys. So we've got left, right, the usual up. Down is search, use and fire, which could possibly click as well. And let's start and have a look at the game. Yeah, we got the theme from Down the Pipes to the background playing. Could have got me an appropriate tune for this game, don't you think? Right. First off, can I shoot? Yeah. He's done for. Press down to search him. Well, he's fell down pretty fast, hasn't he? So I believe you can only climb up certain ladders. Ah! That was good. I dropped. You've got to kick that somewhere. Haven't you? You've got to kick that off somewhere. And I've got to kick it towards the spike. See the spikes on the floor in the left hand bottom corner? Sorry, right hand bottom corner. You're going to need this boulder, so don't get rid of it too early. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Fortunately for me. He's done for. I kind of walk past that, yes. It's a nice little sprite, isn't it, really? Hopefully my autofocus isn't playing up. There we go. And that's that first stage complete. Well, every screen is based as a stage. We'll move on to stage 2. Oh, you've only got a certain amount of bullets, so you run out of bullets, you're done for. Oh. And I'm done for. Try again, shall we? Come on, let's play this. Let's do this. Got him. He's not a problem. He's done for. Because if I don't do something soon, I'm going to be done for. And I think we've got some bullets down there, so now I've covered there, I can pick the bullets. And now I can shoot again, so hopefully I can get up the top to there and... I hate that guy. I can do this. I hate that guy. Sorry, he's not a man, is he? He's just a sprite. I'm real, you're not. Die. How many bullets I've got? 4 bullets, so I've got to hit him first time. Oh, that was lucky. Well, okay, I've survived him this time, so I need to collect some more bullets because I'm down to no bullets at all, so there we go. Now we're going to need to kick that in the water in order for me to get across to collect the bullets. And we have done that so far. Okay, up we go. Oh, can I... See, you can sort of... Got +5 there, so that must be good. What do I need that for? I have no idea. Oh, that says I can drop down there. Okay. Well, I probably didn't want to do that just yet, but... And we may have an issue with this guy. I can fall further than you can. Do we need to kick that one? I like the little people hanging from the branches there. It's just about realised what it was. I didn't know what it was till I just looked closely. And you've got a cobweb. Oops. No, I didn't need to do that, but I presume I can collect these shields. Yeah. That's good. I like that. Now there's more bullets there for me to collect. Oh. I didn't see him hiding in the trees. That's the first one. That's the beginning. Now we're going to move on to the next game in the trilogy. I quite like this, to be honest. It's quite a good game. So let me just reset the computer. And Red Raid number 2 is called The Sinking. And that's an interesting logo. Starts with a Morse code sound. And this time the emblem behind him looks to be the Felix, a two-headed Felix. Potentially, or either that two-headed Welsh dragons. And as usual, cracking bleeper sound again. And because we've got bleeper sound at the start of the game, we will definitely play bleeper sound in the game. Now you're on a submarine, and obviously you can see fire in the reflection of that helmet's eye. So you're going to have a few fires to deal with. And we're going to have a look at this game. So, before we do anything else, we're going to redefine our keys. As usual again, is you've got new game Sinclair, once again no Kempston option, define keys and extremely hard. Well, easy is extremely hard. Let's put some music on. Bleeper music today. We'll go back to AY soon. Start the new game. And it tells you to restore the power. Right, there's a little green thing there. When you press up there, it turns red, which means this gateway is now open. And I think, if I remember rightly, it flips over screen, which is a shame. But then we should be able to go up a few ladders. And we can see we've got fires starting already. And I don't think you can walk through the fire. No. You definitely can't walk through the fire. Try again, shall we? It's not that ladder. Ooh. This is the ladder we went up first and we got stuck. We'll ignore that one. Hopefully it could be the next ladder we got to go. There's somebody there. That must be somebody you rescue later on in the game. Well, we've got batteries there. And we've got the power on, so that was the right manoeuvre. And we're just basically going to work around our way. This looks like we've got to sound an alarm. Looks like the alarm goes out. Once you've done that a number of times, you're then able to proceed further along the submarine. And just basically got to work things out as you go along. And now we should be able to see where the fires are. I think we've got to work our way to the bulkhead, haven't we? Just open everything up. Yeah. Probably not a good idea if the boat is sinking to go and open every bulkhead there is, but you know, we've got to find a way to rescue somebody at the moment, so. Now is that by any chance? No. Okay, so let's see if we can get this guy to. No, okay. The longer you wait, the more fires that will probably appear, I should think. We could do with an extinguisher of some sort. Ah, there's a communication place there, so. Right then. Interesting. Very interesting. Working out what to do is not easy, but however, there is a run through on the internet which could help as a guideline. I presume there's a terminal over there that we haven't been to there. So those little windows with sort of dots on them underneath must be representative of a computer terminal maybe, and we need to work our way to them. And there's a fire just started there. Wow. We are going to be running out of time rapidly. And I don't dwindle on this game too long. Oh, I think I know what I've got to do. I've got to work my way to the top first, haven't I? Yes, I think I've got to work my way to the top. Well, obviously the sprite's the same as the first game. No, okay. So where else can where haven't I tried? Where haven't I tried? I should watch a walkthrough really, shouldn't I, to find out what's going on? Okay, I've worked out what we've got to do. We've got to sit at this computer terminal, hopefully here. Is it this one? Ooh, maybe not. So we're going to find out what it is we got. Ah. Okay, so I've got to get him to follow me, but by pressing up I should be able to draw. Well, it's not happening, so. And don't forget, you've only got so long, and if I can't find what I'm doing, I know what I've got to do. I'm just not responding now, so. No, I don't want to do that. Any minute now the boat's going to sink. Your time limit is running down and mine is running down fast. Is there a button? Rope. Perhaps I need to press, I don't know. Well, I'm supposed to be able to, unless I've got to open the door somewhere, be able to put like a line across for him to go up. I'm about to sink. I think I'm out of time. I'll probably find out what to do at the last minute. I should play it more often. Sorry guy. SOS, I'm just going to get off this boat while it sinks. Quick! Got the ladder quick before it sinks! Oh dear. And that was the sinking, and there you go, we sunk! And that was the entire point of the game! I've done it! You're supposed to be able to rescue them, get them off the boat. A chopper comes across, takes them away, and then of course, need to play these games more often. In the meantime, let's move on to the last in the trilogy of these games that we come across, and the most recent one, of course, called Infected. Bear with me while I try and play this one as hopelessly as I did the last. Infected, right, we're just going to remember that this is only 48k, so we'll try the 48k mode, of course. That's not meant to do that on the border. Obviously, if you've got a 48k, it won't happen. So the timing's better. However, it does provide various soundtracks here. So with that in mind, let's just pause this. Oops. Define key, shall we? I didn't do that. Okay, we'll start the game, nevertheless. We can always have a look at that another time. We'll try and play it on the actual toast track, shall we? But, yeah. Okay, you're at the top there. Same sprites as before. You're a bit loud, aren't you? Click the medication, which is going to kill you basically, and you're going to become... You're going to become this little blob thing here. The blob. I remember watching that film when I was a young man and being intrigued. Don't let him shoot you too much, because you then take control of this guy. When you leave the guy or the sprite in action, he will collapse and die. like so. Don't kill him just yet. He will serve a more useful purpose later on. It's quite brutal, this game. I've played this one more than obviously the sinking, as you can probably already tell. Now you need to collect that, like, how he's gonna... Come on, over this way so I can drop on your head. Gotcha. Operate this terminal, which will open that door, then drop into there. Burn, baby. Told you it's quite brutal, didn't I? Ah! We're sort of going through the cracks in the wall. In a cave. Then we need to take control of him. And we have. We can collect various items off him, but we're going to need to use this in a moment. There's another computer terminal type screen which will open this door. And we can move into the next level. And now I've got to sort of die. Drop on his head. Use him to open this terminal. Oh no, it's open one up there. What was it to collect? He's dead anyway, so it doesn't matter. Oh, missed him. Missed him again. He's going to stay there now, isn't he? Gotcha. And we can use him to operate that terminal there now, can't we? Oh, you see. It's not as hard as you think, is it? But we can't go any further, so this is where you stay there and you leave. And you can't operate any of those terminals just yet. However, you can collect whatever he's got, which helps. Oh. Perhaps I shouldn't have done that. Never mind, we can start again. Got to collect all of those somehow. And I think I know a way of collecting that without hopefully dying. Gotcha. Now going to work my way around to drop on. Oh, you know what? I probably needed that guy, didn't I? I probably needed that guy to open that door and I've sort of destroyed him. Which means if you break R, press R to restart. Well, okay, we will do that. So as you can see, the general idea of the game, it is sort of like a puzzle and action game. The mechanics of the game are quite good, really. Interesting how you're playing, well, whether it's an entity or a blob, but you are playing something that possesses the bodies of the enemy, like the poltergeist. Now, before we go too far, we can climb down there. I think we can. Don't want to drop in the obvious place. I shouldn't have done that either. Okay, restart again. Try again. Hope the autofocus isn't playing up too badly. You never know with this thing. We'll get the hang of it now. I've worked out what to do. It took me a few attempts. He's facing the wrong direction. Stay still. We got this far before, didn't we? Now I think you can walk through those barriers so we can disarm this. Oh, Okay, can we... No, you just got to get down. I think that's that level complete. No, it isn't. No, it can't be because we've still got to get... And I need that to go down there, don't I? Got to stage 3, but what I could have done with collecting those items. So yeah, what do I think of the game? Well, they're all pretty unique and individually in what they do, and they are not like your standard platformers. Graphics are all roughly the same, but with different type of tasks. Definitely want to try. Available, 2 of them are available on free download. Obviously, Infected you could do with tipping the developer for that one, but definitely worth a recommendation. I quite enjoyed them. Marks out of 10 from the Retro Robbins. Just a lack of sound in the actual game. I've got that providing AY sound. You got sound effects in the game. You got beeper sound at the start of the game, and because it's made for the 48K, specifically not for the 128Ks, you don't have the AY sound in the background, which would have given a bit of extra atmosphere, which would have been nice if you had this type of music in the background for a 128K version. But apart from that, the game is pretty good. So I'm going to give it a respectable, and all 3 games are going to give the same rating, 9 out of 10. Why not? One for you to try maybe, and there you go. So let's move on to another new game. Let's just reset the computer. I've come to the progress where we had a look at the new Booty and we compared it to the original version of Booty, which was the pirate game, of course, where you're collecting keys to get through various doors, trying to avoid objects that suddenly mysteriously turned into a bomb or a rat that come across the platform that you was on at the most inconvenient time. We compared it to the new Booty, and I considered the original was a lot better. So let's have a look at another game that was remade. It's also been on a number of reviews, of course, and I was a fan of this game in the arcade. It was one I played in the arcade, but I was so disappointed, and I mean very disappointed, at the remake. Just see if I can find it for you. It's called, the remake of course, is called Mr. Kung Fu, and it is going to be, well, let's wait at the loading screen. W, isn't it? Yeah. And we're going to go for the, there's your loading screen. Mr. Kung Fu is effectively a port of Kung Fu Master. Now, Kung Fu Master, by, I think it was US Gold, when it came out for the Spectrum, was barely the same as the arcade. In fact, they even put their own annoying music in it, and it was dreadful. And he couldn't kick above his waist, almost, you know, my dad's 95, he could kick higher than that. And it was just awful to play. Your flying kick in the middle of the air was useless. Your punch was barely any good. So I'm going to pause this AY sound because this does have AY sound in it. I'm going to redefine the keys first. And we'll give this game a go. Straight away you got AY sound in this version, which is good. Whoa, already I've got caught. First thing I noticed is a slightly faster response with the kick. He's actually kicking to the right level. Oh, nice and sharp reaction there. Beautiful. And the flying kick is now effective. Now in the arcade you can usually kill more than 1 or 2 with the flying kick. Oh, I jumped. That's better. The sprite of the guy is a lot better as well. That's more like the arcade where you can knock a couple of them with a flying kick off rather than just one. We're getting towards the end. It'll be interesting to see if they've put the ladder in. Let's see if I can get that far. Got him. And yes, indeed, you do go up the ladder. And I've done that first time, so yeah, it's a lot faster reacting. Oh dear, that wasn't good. I find that sometimes you are meant to destroy them as they come down like that. Okay, well at least I get to start at level 2. I really walked into that, didn't I? Got that. Oh, I'm not going to do too great. Yeah, this is so much better. This is 100 times better. And if it was done like this back in the day, I'd have been so much happier, because quite frankly the original one was dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Yeah, it's playable. It's more enjoyable, even down to the AY music itself. Yeah, well done. Finally. Would it have been a crash smash? Well, it's hard to say, but I think it would have got a hell of a lot higher rating than the original. That's for sure. Which was a dismal performance and deserved a dismal rating. And this one, however, personally, I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10. Compared to the original, 100 times better. Which is not the same that can be said for the Booty remake, which was nice, but not the same. So, we're going back to 1991. Issue number 88 of Crash, when Crash was £1.85, I believe. Could have been £1.75. Should recheck on that information. I'll update you if I got that wrong, but I'm sure it was £1.85. Sometimes you take this off the top of your head and you hopefully throw that information, and then all of a sudden you get doubts. Would that be my first senior moment? Well, it wouldn't be my first senior moment. I've had many of them, but you know, I'm no longer a spring chicken. Yeah, so we're going to re-review a couple of games that was in that magazine. Let's do that now. So I'm just going to reset the computer, and we'll go and select the game that we're going to re-review, and I'm going to tell you the ratings from the original day and compare them to a marks out of 10 rating from me. So the game in question is Super Monaco GB, 1991 US gold, and there's an unusual price on this game. Very unusual, £11.23p. What was the point of that? I haven't got a clue. Why couldn't they just call it £10.99? Why the extra 23p? Or even call it, well, £11.99, but, or £11.50, but 23p? Really? Okay. What did Crash make of this? Well, presentation was given 74%, graphics was given 70%, the sound was given 73%, playability, that was 77%, addictive qualities was 75%, overall rating was 74%. Now bear in mind that I haven't played this game before, and with my track record on racing games, we kind of know what to expect. But still, I'm going to give it a go, and hopefully pick the right file to load. We're going to go there, and we may get sound clash because I'm not sure whether this has got AY sound in it or not. However, the ratings are reasonable, so let's have a look at the game. And hopefully we got AY. There's your loading screen, that's nice. Nothing over the top though. US gold, and we've got AY sound. Oh, that's good, yeah, I'm really impressed. Oh, there's my little runabout to work. I wished. Super Monaco Grand Prix, okay. I think we can go for the automatic, yeah. Straight away, I like the opening sequence. Nice little demo. Something wrong with her top though, isn't there? Because but yeah, generally speaking. Right, let's have a look at the game. Ah, redefinable keys. I'm happy about that. We'll use the keyboard. And of course, as I probably mentioned earlier, I'm using the Ngo, which is on a rubber keyboard. Accelerate, brake. I'll go for the automatic, shall I? Are you happy with that? And the voice aim there fades out. Please load the side B, which will happen automatically with the SD card. Automatic, of course. Prepare for qualifying, get ready to drive. Let's get ready to drive. Oh, that's not. You've got a rear view mirror, and oh, its steering's not too bad either, is it, to be fair? So now it'll be interesting to see how the background moves when we make it round the first corner. I've already crashed once. Have I got a damage counter? Well, I've actually managed to stay on the track after the first bend, which is unrare, and I've crashed according to that. Game over. I wasn't much of a racer. Try again, shall we? I didn't take too much notice of the background. I like the starting sequence though. Now it's automatic, so why am I about to change gear? I think I need to use my brakes more. Yes, the background does scroll, sort of blockish, not too bad though. Oh, come on. You've got arrows telling you which way the road's going to bend, but they sort of are slightly misleading. And we've made it round that. Well, we've already made it further than the first go. We've got a hill here. Let's have a look at how the hill simulation works out. That's not too bad at all. And there we go. Get over to the right side of the road. Get ready to brake. Yeah, the sides are quite accurate. It gives you plenty of warning to which way to turn. You don't brake very fast, so you really need to be prepared to brake before you get into the corner, and you can accelerate out of the corner exactly like you should be able to. And I think I've just crashed and died again. Yeah, well, that is a much better racing game than I expected from the rating. So 74%, not too bad at all. Let's get some AY sound back on. Graphically, a lot better. I like the rear view mirror. So I suppose when you're racing people, you can see cars approaching you quite quickly from behind, and you'll be able to do something about that. Either try and get in their way, sort of block them from getting past, if you like, cut off the avenue around. Not sure that could be the case. But the game overall isn't all that bad. So yeah, it was not bad for a racing game, and I've probably done better on that game than I do on most racing games, apart from Outrun, because I played that a lot. I can actually complete that. I know you don't believe me, but trust me, Retro is okay on Outrun. 8 out of 10. Not bad at all. So we move on to another game that's also a racing game. Just get the right file in order. Next game is going to be Championship Run, another racing game by Impulse. $10.99 was the cost of this game, which £11 all but a penny. But the disc was $15.99. What did Crash make of this? Well, first of all, let's select the appropriate file, and we'll have a look at the loading screen. And here comes the loading screen now. There you go, that would be the loading screen for you. Well, playability was given 60%, graphics was given 44%, the sound was given 34%, that's quite a low rating. Playability 58%, addictive quality is 50%, its overall rating was about halfway, 55%, just above halfway if you like. Okay, so fairly big letters. Interesting to see this one. I've not actually played this one either, but then we all know what happens usually with racing games, and it's today's going to be no exception. Oh. Dreadful noise as you make your way to the track, and there's a lot of information. High score, P1 distance, gear. Okay. And I've just changed gear. And I've changed up again, and now you are really moving, aren't you? You've got a nice wide track. Goodness me, and I've just hit something, and it's the reason why my car's on fire. And I've been lapped quite a few times, I think. Interesting way of the road is scrolling. It's kind of different to normal. This is meant to be a hill. You can barely make out that it's a hill. The car doesn't exactly move up and down. It sort of stays level with the bottom of the ground, but it is doing a slight movement up and down. Don't think I'm going to last much longer, but you certainly can get some. Well, you do get a feel of fast moving speed. Yeah, you definitely get a feel of fast moving speed. The rotation of the background isn't too bad. And I've just run into the back of him, which is not good. As soon as you run into the back of everybody though, you lose speed instantly. And as soon as I changed gear, I caught him up so quickly I had no time to react. But yeah, interesting one, this. I think there's too much information at the top. When do you actually get time to look at that? In all fairness. And even though my car's really badly on fire, I'm not able to do this sort of speed, which is a bit unrealistic. You cannot change down gear. But, I haven't even done a lap yet, have I? These are long laps, aren't they? Yeah, and I really need to get in the pit. If there's a pit lane, I need to get there. And I'm smoking right now. That's not tyre burn, that's my engine on fire. Oh, it really does throw round those hills. The flickering of the tile map does give it an illusion of extreme speed, which is, you know, unlike most games that can feel like it's a bit stationary. I'm not that impressed with a big castle in the background. There you go, I'm burning. I'm burning. And it's game over. I don't think it was worth £10.99. Come out in 1991. And yeah, you've got your Sinclair option as well as your keyboard option, which is OP CV space and X CV space and X. Now that's not going to be confusing, is it? Why can't we just have Q, A and Z? You know, gear up, gear down, brake. Honestly, why put them in a line like that? Overall, I don't know if I like it or not, to be honest, so I'm going to come to a conclusion. The crash was pretty much on the mark there at 55%. I don't do the percentage, I do it in marks out of 10. It has got some good qualities. It's not worth that sort of money. It would have been good as a budget game, £1 or £2.99, sorry. Impulse was the producers. For that reason, I'm only going to give that I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. That's just a bit more generous than Crash. Moving on then, let's reset the computer once more. Now the last game for the re-review treatment is Predator 2 by Imagineworks, and the ratings was presentation 75%, graphics 80%, sound was given 65%, playability was 79%. Binding Commando in the background, we love that, don't we? Great AY sound. Addictive quality 77%, overall rating 75%, very respectable. So we should expect a lot from this game. I believe it's a little bit like Operation Wolf, where you're shooting things as you go along. Just going to need to pause the AY sound. We'll have a look at the loading screen briefly. Just pause that sound for now, because this game has actually got sound at the start. There's the loading screen, very nicely done indeed. And various information, there you go, is on the screen what I've just told you about ImagineWorks. And the design, ARC Developments, written by John Wordsmith. So we'll just press a button and it gives you a little chance to read that. Nice introductory to the game. And straight away we're in the game. The keys are QAOP and space to fire, which means I've had to break my finger in order to let's have some sound back, shall we? What is that? Okay. Now I can't seem to get him, I'm trying, so yeah, it's I like that, you've got some people behind the door. Just the same really of Operation Wolf, isn't it? Except it's really kind of monotone, totally. Now, I'm not able to kill him. Do you need to headshot him or something? Get some bullets. You can die. I don't know why that must be a gun. Oh no, I must have died. Continue? Yeah, why not? Do you continue from where you left off? Yes, indeed you do. I don't think you're meant to kill those. I think they're shielding. Army camp, you can die. Get him in the head. Is that a robot then? I take it, yeah. Do you have a grenade? No? Okay. Well, that means he's behind the building about to... Ah, that's unusual. Sort of a ghost figure guy. Interesting. That is the Predator, yeah. So if you're killing Predators, why are you killing all these other guys? Unless you're actually playing the part of a Predator. But you're not playing the part of a Predator. Doesn't make much sense, to be honest. So it seems a bit slow if you ask me, and I have no idea how to kill him. Or indeed how to get some of these weapons, but there's your Predator. That's just about destroy that, and of course I'm dead. Well, apart from the A-wide music at the start, I didn't really dig that game. It was rather disappointing. It was all one colour. Now, Operation Wolf had loads of colours. You had choppers that was going across. So if you're going to have a shoot 'em up of that variety, that is the one to go for. Would I go back to Predator 2? Absolutely not. I didn't think that much of it from that impression. And it's pretty much the same all the way through. Just a different colour background, but all monotone. And not that great deal in responsiveness, to be fair. So for that reason, I don't agree with Crash on this occasion. I'm not even going to go as high as that for a rating. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. 50% for me if you like to give it a percentage, but 5 out of 10 is all that I'm going to give it. So last week Commodore won the fight, and they managed to get 2-0 and stop the rot, as they would put it, or was it the rot by our version, of the Spectrum, which had victory after victory after victory, 3 in a row as a matter of fact, but they was all close calls. There wasn't really much between them. So will they win the race today? Join me now as we do some more Commodore versus Spectrum on the Retro Robbins Show. Boat Simulator, which I've got loading here on the Commodore, but while that is loading we can have a look at the Spectrum version, and by the time we finish playing the Spectrum version we should have that one a fully loaded game. Who knows, I might actually be good at this. Let's not be silly. So we're going to print the, oh sorry, don't just hate it when it makes that noise. Appropriate file, we'll try the, we could go for the Z80, we'll go for a tap file, shall we? And I don't know if this is a 1 to 8K version, so we might get a bonus sound. Not played this before, I have seen it. There's the loading screen. Wow, that's smart. Oh, Firebird. Oh, sorry, Silverbird? That looks like a Firebird symbol. It's got the word Silverbird. Maybe it's the same thing. Press fire to start, press C to change controls. So you've got redefinable keys. I always love it when they give you the option so you can choose your own particular controls. And yeah, I think every game should do that by default, because a lot of the times if you're playing on the Spectrum Plus, it's great when you've got space keys of fire, and that's fine, but if you've got M as a fire, the space can get in the way, and very often the space can actually to exit the game. So yeah, where on the rubber keyboard the space is out of the way and it's a little bit awkward for me to, you know, you can get used to it I suppose, but I prefer M or N actually as fire. In fact, why don't they just give you B, N, M, symbol shift and space as a fire? It's not that hard to do. No, it's F, 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 E or something like that. Oh, gotta catch up with my coding. Turbo Boat Simulator. So, let's select Kempston. Tell you what, drinking Pepsi Max is quite gassy. I just tend not to drink anything else, so, and press fire to start. Whoa. I presume I'm supposed to outrun those. Well, excellent scrolling, absolutely excellent scrolling. Oh, it's really easy to move as well, because you don't die every oh well. Did I just say you don't die every 5 seconds? Well, that's what I was about to say. What's that? Is that like a mine or something you're going to click? Oh, I've destroyed my first chopper. Oh, how quickly do you turn that? No way does a boat turn around like that. No way on earth. Now, I don't know if I'll... Oh, have I got a sort of ramp over that? So how do I get around that? Oh, I see there's ramps here, look. So, obviously you're going to go over the ramp. Aha, I like it. I like it a lot. How clever is this game? Oh, great. Now, normally I could shoot his ass out of the sky. I want another go. I quite enjoyed that. That's not bad at all, is it? But you're going to have to be quiet for a minute, Spectrum, because I'm going to have a look at the Commodore version. Ah, dear. I don't know if I mentioned it. There won't be no Retro Robbins show next week due to the fact that I like to watch the snooker. However, things will be back to normal after that. I am allowed a week off, surely. Thank you everybody who's all the new subscribers that have subscribed lately. Glad to have you on board for a little bit of retro fun, bringing you back those nostalgia days from the 80s. Names and me still tripping over my words after over 100 shows later. But that's me for you, and cool. Please, as always, remember to like, comment, leave a comment. I will try and get back to every comment that is left, and you know, appreciate it when you do. Any interesting ideas on directions to take the show, within reason, of course. If I'm not actually capable of doing certain things, I won't try to do it. But yeah, the usual format is we try and review a newish game, whether it's out in the last 10 years. To me is a newish game, and then we're going to go for the have a look back at the Crash reviews, as well as Commodore versus Spectrum, and there's one or two other new features, something to look forward to in the future on the way as well. And this is taking an awful long time to load, but we should be nearly there. But with the edit, with the power of editing, I can simply pause and start the video as soon as it is loaded, and hopefully not miss too much of any sound that is in the actual game. And now we've loaded it. So what we got: keyboard controls, sound effects off or on. So let's have a look. Sound effects on. 7-player game. So let's go for keyboard controls, joystick controls. This could be fun. So F7 to play game. Press 5 to start. Oh, I like the explosion. Whoa. Can you fire up? Ah. Huh. Okay, that's enough burning. Oh, this can be a tough one. Try the ramping situation. Oh, lovely. Goodness me, this is quite good. Back up. Oh, I don't think you can fire up, can you? So you've probably got to fire them. Well, that death sequence is definitely too good. Just want to get on with the game, but you're just burning constantly. We'll try again, shall we? Shall go. Give it a bit of a better go. I have played the Spectrum version a little bit more while I've been waiting for this to load, so I could base it on a better decision, hopefully. Oh, the plane's bombing you, but I do like the reactiveness, but there's no way of getting over that, is there? Or is there something I've missed? Unless there's like little sledge things on the one side. Oh, come on. Once again, apart from that death sequence, at the moment, I've got to say, I'm liking the Commodore version. I'm not sure about the effect of the water, though. I'm going to have a second look at the Spectrum. It's got to be there, isn't it? Oh, right. Okay, perhaps I've got to hit a turbo or something. Gonna have to go through the walk. Oh, I was changing my mind then. I was thinking, shall I go back and ramp over whatever it is I need to ramp over? Try again. One last go. Yes, I managed to land it. That looks like a chopper. The choppers are not as good, are they? Look how small the chopper is. It's almost as ghost. Oh, turn right back into the way of the bullet. Oh, I don't know if I've got to go over that rampy bit. I don't know what's going on here. Let's have a look at the magic of editing. Let's see if I can find out how to play this game. Those of the choppers are really small. The explosions are really good. I found out what it is you've got to do now. You don't go over them. You just basically keep blowing things up until whatever the bombs destroy, eventually the level will change. Oh, it's too easy to crash. Right, I'm gonna have to double check on this. It's good, but let's have a look at the Spectrum version again. This is a tough one because the graphics of the Spectrum, I've got a big noise in the background. Thank you. The graphics of the Spectrum are different, but also slightly. So let's give it a go again. For instance, the scrolling's really smooth, and it's really responsive. It's easier to play. That I'm taking too much damage there. The sound effects are definitely better on the Commodore. See, the submarine's riser to shoot one of those torpedoes, but if you can shoot a couple of them, there's the oh, just caught the nearest engine. But the explosion's nice and short so you can actually get on with the game. I need to get that, don't I? Boats left one. At any minute now we'll skip a level. Oh, well, any minute now I thought we was going to skip a level. We've got to be careful now because I'm down to my last life. Can you? Oh, yes you can. Can I blow one of them up? I've got to come to a conclusion, I think. I do like the size of the sprite on the chopper though. Oh. You know what? This is tough. Let's have a look at the Commodore version again. I don't know what's with that annoying high pitch sound. Oh, crashed. Little mini island does me in, but there's two things there I've got to try and collect. Right, I've come into a conclusion. This could be controversial, but it's been a tough decision, and I'm trying not to be biased. There's the choppers. Now look, they're not that good. So much is right, but then so much is not right. Oh, cool boy, what's that? I took two looks at both games. I've given them both a really good play, and this is such a tight line. There's stuff on the Commodore that I like, and there's stuff on the Spectrum that I like. But here comes my verdict, and this could be controversial. The music for the Commodore sounds good, but the music for the AY Spectrum at the start is also good. The sound effects in the Commodore game are better. The look of the explosions are better. The sprites on the Spectrum are better, especially the chopper. The playability between the two is what you're going to judge it on. The Spectrum to me is slightly easier to play and very fast and more responsive. So, I've come to a conclusion. Here comes my verdict. Yeah, that was probably one of the toughest decisions I have to make. Yeah, I know that the Commodore had slightly more colour palette there, but the boats itself wasn't so sharply defined with their pixels as the Spectrum. The chopper looked better. The actual playing of the game very fractionally smoother on the Spectrum. The responsive of the controls is also better on the Spectrum, and I just felt out of the two, which one would I prefer to play? And even though the sound effects are good on the Commodore and the explosion's nice, but the death sequence is way too long, it was a little bit shorter on the Spectrum, so I preferred, in the end, the Spectrum version. Remember, this show is only a matter of opinion, and of course you're welcome to have a different one, and please, if you do so, comment. I hope today that you've enjoyed the show. As always, thank you for watching. Please have a nice working week or weekend whenever you decide to watch this show, and like, subscribe already if you haven't done so, and share. So remember, next week, due to the snooker being on, there will be no Retro Robbins show, unless by miracle I find some time somewhere. And the following week we'll be back to normal, hopefully the best of 3 of Commodore vs Spectrum again. But because this particular game took so long for me to review, I could only really squeeze one in, and I've got to try and keep it within reason. Anyway, for me, Wayne Retro Robbins, it's bye for now. Thanks for watching. Take care.